ILUPEJU EKITI is one of the prominent towns in Ekiti North Senatorial District of Ekiti State. The community is one of the towns that make up Oye local government area and presently is the headquarters of ILUPEJU Local Council Development Area, one of the local government areas created by the administration of Dr. John Kayode Femi. ILUPEJU EKITI is popularly referred to as the Plateau town of Ekiti, owing to the topography of the area. Moreover, ILUPEJU is oftentimes described as the commercial hub of Oye local government area, considering the wide variety of food and cash crops such as yams, maize, cassava, cocoa, oil palm and kola nut being cultivated in large quantities. ILUPEJU EKITI is also highly endowed with various natural resources which are being harnessed to accelerate the socio-economic transformation of the community. Aside from being blessed with sons and daughters in the business world, ILUPEJU also boasts of people in engineering, academics, technocrats, top civil public servants, and several other leading professions. To date, ILUPEJU EKITI remains the only Yoruba town where two communities, Esheta and Egusi, decided to merge to become a community without rancor or animosity. The Unification Memorandum, which was approved and officially gazetted by the then Ondo State government on the 3rd of June 1974, announced Prince Olaleye Oniyelu as the Akpeju of ILUPEJU EKITI, leading to his enthronement as the first Akpeju of ILUPEJU EKITI in February 1980. Succession to the stool was structured in such a way that following the demise of the reigning Akpeju, his deputy, the Obanla, automatically ascends the Akpeju throne, while the other ruling house would then present the succeeding Obanla, a rotational arrangement between the erstwhile Esheta and Egusi ruling houses. On the 18th of August 1981, the then governor of Old Ondo State, Chief Michael Adekunle Ajasin, represented by his deputy, Chief Akin Omoboriowo, presented the instrument of appointment and staff of office to the first Akpeju of ILUPEJU EKITI, Oba Olaleye Oniyelu, originally from Esheta community. It is on record that the reign of Oba Oniyelu brought tremendous transformation and development to ILUPEJU EKITI, as the traditional ruler led the people of the community with dedication and utmost diligence. And so, on the 21st of August 2021, the entire community alongside friends and well-wishers rolled out the drums to celebrate the 41st coronation anniversary of Oba Oniyelu in grand style. At the event, notable sons and daughters who over the years contributed to the development of the town were honored with chieftaincy titles. During the ceremony, the national president of ILUPEJU Development Association, Dr. Femi Babalola, bagged the chieftaincy title of Bobagunwa. Mr. Dipo Ajayi, an architect, and his wife were conferred with the chieftaincy titles of Ashiwaju and Yeye Oba. Mr. Steve Bamishaye became the Akurewolu of ILUPEJU EKITI, and his wife was installed Yeye Akurewolu of ILUPEJU EKITI. Mr. Oscar Sheyi Ayeleso and Mr. Shola Ogumiluyi, a retired permanent secretary, received awards of excellence among others.
Dipo Ajayi is a prominent member of this community as one of our leaders. Beyond that, is an entrepreneurship who had employed many of our children, and many of them are in prominent positions now. We appreciate him. Just to show our appreciation to him because he has done so well for the development of the town.
After a successful reign spanning about 42 years, Oba Oniyelu joined his ancestors on the 21st of July 2022 at the age of 82. Of course, the entire community celebrated his transition to the great beyond. The commemoration service in honor of the late monarch was held at the St. John's Catholic School playground. Royal fathers from the Ekiti State Council of Traditional Rulers, joined by eminent sons and daughters of ILUPEJU EKITI, paid glowing tribute to the royal father they all described as a legend.
He was a circumspect man of peace. His life radiates peace in every angle.
I'm missing him already because he's a father. I remember him every day for what impact he made in the town.
My father is a custodian of peace and he's a man of God.
Another chapter was opened in the history of the community on Saturday the 8th of October 2022 as the then Deputy Governor, the late Otumba BC Egbeyemi, presented the instrument of appointment and staff of office to the second ILUPEJU Oba David Awe Akingbade at a remarkable event also held at the St. John's Catholic School playground.
I send this staff of office to you as the Oba of this staff. God bless you. Long may you reign.
While the state government, led by His Excellency Dr. John Kayode Femi, announced the upgrade of the ILUPEJU stool to Grade A. Kabiesi, long may you reign on the throne of your forefathers. There is no iota of doubt that since the amalgamation, the community has remained strong and an indivisible entity with the people coexisting peacefully. Sons and daughters of ILUPEJU were in agreement and shared the view that government alone could not provide the much-needed amenities and infrastructure to drive the socio-economic transformation of ILUPEJU EKITI. Thus, the formation of ILUPEJU EKITI Development Association (IDA) some decades ago. In recent times, the association has grown like the proverbial mustard seed as a frontline group which has branches across states and countries where ILUPEJU EKITI indigenes reside. The vision of the association is to evolve a peaceful, harmonious, and economically prosperous community, while its mission is to consistently be a change agent and a platform for the promotion of peace, unity, social interaction, human and physical development, as well as the economic advancement of ILUPEJU EKITI. According to the founding fathers of the association, IDA's objectives are: A. To raise thinkers and opinion molders who wield positive influence and whose voices are heard and respected within and outside the community. B. To foster communal peace and harmony as an essential pillar of development. C. To establish a veritable platform for bringing social network among members. D. To strategically position and strengthen ILUPEJU EKITI for political and economic gains. E. To turn ILUPEJU EKITI into a brand of excellence and respectability, capable of drawing positive attention from all tiers of government and commanding the respect of neighboring communities. F. To develop and implement a suitable human development agenda capable of propelling ILUPEJU EKITI to pedestal of economic prosperity. G. To build a strong leadership institution committed to addressing contemporary leadership challenges and providing a platform for producing future leaders in succession. Since the establishment of the association, worthy sons and daughters who have succeeded in their various chosen fields of endeavor have been elected from time to time to pilot the affairs of the association. Over the years, notable and reputable personalities have held sway as president of the dynamic association. They include Chief Funsho Ayeleso, Pioneer President, Honorable S.B. Ajiboye, Chief Olu Babalola, Chief Samuel Daramola, Chief Ayo Oluwatuyi, Chief Tale Olajide, Chief Mike Oshatuyi, Oloye Eson Ogunleye, Barrister Charles Ajiboye, and Dr. Femi Babalola, the immediate past president of IDA. The emergence of Dr. Babalola as president alongside other members of the executive in 2014, following the conduct of a transparent election, ushered in a new pace of development as they were described as round pegs in round holes. And after a 4-year tenure in 2018, Dr. Babalola and some other members were re-elected to pilot the affairs of the association for another term of 4 years. On assumption of office 8 years ago, Dr. Babalola came with a new ILUPEJU vision which was geared towards providing physical and economic infrastructure. The president ensured that the national executive members met regularly to fashion out ways of building a virile and progressive town. Dr. Babalola, alongside other executive members, left no stone unturned as they visited those on the helms of affairs in Ekiti State to garner support for the development of the town. A community leader par excellence, silent achiever, and superb manager of human and material resources, imbued with sterling leadership qualities, Dr. Babalola performed creditably well during his stewardship. His achievements in the area of provision of infrastructure include the upgrade and modernization of the popular Menora Market, which was hitherto in a dilapidated condition after it had been destroyed by flood. It would be recalled that the executive of IDA, under the able leadership of Dr. Babalola, organized a 100 million naira fundraising event in 2014 during that year's ILUPEJU Day celebration, specifically to rebuild the market and restore its lost glory. In December of 2016, the sitting governor, Mr. Ayodele Fayose, inaugurated the first phase containing 100 lock-up shops and thereafter laid the foundation of the second phase of the market project. The market has contributed in no small measure to the economic development of the town, while further bringing the people of the community together for trade and commerce.
We rebuilt the market, completely rebuilt the market. We built about 110 lock-up shops, and I think it's one of the best in Ekiti State. We also developed the old part of the market that was dilapidated, the open shops. We rebuilt 50 open-up shops. We had to do this because the market was already dilapidated before we came in. Our Menora Market, it used to be one of the biggest markets in the southwest. But we thank God that we rebuilt it. We built one, just like I said, about 110 lock-up shops, 50 open shops, and we also make sure that the flood problems in the market, which was the primary cause of why the market collapsed, we resolved it. So I'm happy life has returned back to mineral market, and in fact, when you get to the market, we know that it has become a masterpiece in Ekiti State. It's one of the biggest in Ekiti State now. Even during the non-market days, it's like market days, because people now coming from all over the local government to patronize the market.
Other projects initiated by the IDA executive during the period under review were the reconstruction and renovation of ILUPEJU's palace, ditto the general hospital, the library project, and the facilitation of the foyer sub-campus.
I mean, when the old Kabiyesi was there, we equipped the palace, brought rugs, repainted the place, and in actual fact, we changed the entire roof of the palace because the old roof was already giving way. So we removed the roof and then replaced it completely with another roof. And after the demise of Kabiyesi, we discovered that the palace was becoming very inadequate for us in terms of amenities, even in terms of the number of rooms in the palace. Although we have very large compound, but the number of rooms in the palace was quite small. So we had to do a complete rebuild of the palace, brought new furnitures, and then we transformed the entire palace into a modern palace. And I'm very confident to say this, that the palace of ILUPEJU, of ILUPEJU Ekiti, is now one of the best in Ekiti State. We also built the library, ILUPEJU Community Library, and it can accommodate about 200 students. We also built beside it the IDA Secretariat. And we're happy to do it because IDA now has a secretariat. We now have a place that is well equipped, the secretariat admin and the secretariat activities of IDA. The hospital was already collapsed before we came in. It was dilapidated completely. In fact, in the administrative side of it, the roof has already been blown off by wind. So, but when we came in, we decided that we must bring life back to this general hospital because that's the only one that we have in this constituency, comprising of ILUPEJU, Itapa, Ijelu. We decided that that hospital must be done in the interest of our people, because they will go to Oye, they will go to Ayede, and it's not very ideal for us. So we resuscitated the hospital, and the administrative block, we have built it. The operational block, we have rebuilt it, and we try to the best of our ability to equip it with medical equipment. And since we did that, people have come back to patronize the hospital. The state government have posted doctors to the hospital, and there's life there now.
Not too long ago, the national president, Dr. Babalola, and the national PRO, Mr. Seyi Ayileso, sponsored the grading of the 2.5-kilometer stretch at Ewo Street and another 2 kilometers at Iloro Araromi Street in the community. Also in 2014, IDA presented scholarship awards to 13 brilliant students of tertiary institutions who had the singular fortune of being indigenes of the town. Around the same time, some youth selected from the 13 districts that make up the community were trained in different vocational skills such as fashion design, soap making, barbing, and shoemaking, among other vocations. The beneficiaries were registered with the Adult and Non-Formal Education Unit of Government to enhance proper monitoring and supervision. In addition, the sum of 200,000 naira was disbursed to trainees on the 2nd of January 2015 by ILUPEJU Development Association.
We gave bursary award. We started with about 28 students. The first year we came in. The second year we gave another 28 students. And since then we have been trying our best to support the students. Some of those students have graduated from university, and they are playing a very important role in the community. In fact, one example is our regent, the regent that was on the throne after the demise of our Oba. The regent was in a police university, I think in Kano or Kaduna, He was a beneficiary of that award. But we never knew that he would eventually become the regent. So we're happy when he was elected as the regent. That is a product of idea, and we're very proud of her. She did very well.
In line with his love and passion for youth development, Dr. Babalola established the youth wing of IDA, which led to a series of football competitions being organized to engage the youth in the community and to also encourage them to take up sporting activities.
That's one of the objectives of IDA is human development, to develop people for succession purpose. These youth that are met on ground cannot be used for that purpose, although we try to turn them around, but we will not use this executive. So we dissolved them, and we came up with a new executive headed by Engineer Femi. Very, very energetic, full of initiative, full of idea, and very positive young man. They became very dynamic, very constructive, very positive, and well focused.
Honestly, the man has performed wonderfully well to the youth. He has been supporting us in every area that we needed him. I can give little examples like that. I wanted to give some of our widows money that lost their husbands and their youth. We ran to him, he gave us a certain amount to give them. I think we gave almost 20 widows money through a courtesy of Babalola. My achievement cannot be mentioned without mentioning Babalola. He has done wonderfully well for the youth of this town, both in Nigeria and even in diaspora. He has been a wonderful man to us.
It is on record that the association also facilitated the Omiye Microfinance Bank Limited to provide loans and banking services to individuals, small and medium-scale businesses. The financial institution thus contributed immensely to the socio-economic development of ILUPEJU EKITI. It is crystal clear that the community is growing in leaps and bounds through the various achievements recorded by the Dr. Babalola-led executive. Special recognition and credit must also be given to those members of the executive who bent over backwards, made sacrifices, and performed alongside the president beyond all expectations from 2014 to 2018 and from 2018 to 2023.
We are very lucky in ILUPEJU EKITI for having leaders that are very visionary, very excellent, very strategic in that community. Dr. Femi happens to be one of them. He's a compassionate leader, a man who has vision and who has mission for peace, progress, and development of ILUPEJU EKITI. And for the past 8 or 9 years, he has been giving us the kind of leadership that ILUPEJU EKITI requires.
I see Dr. Femi Babalola as somebody who can be likened to an eagle, head in the sky, eyes on the ground. He possesses all the qualities of an eagle to make, to execute projects and to bring development to any given task. ILUPEJU EKITI today, in the last 8 years, has witnessed a lot of tremendous development under the leadership of Dr. Femi Babalola.
Because what he achieved during his tenure, no executive has ever achieved it. So to Minister Dr. Femi Babalola is a philanthropist and is a very accommodating human being. So I really enjoy working with him, and if given the opportunity again, I will still work with him.
If you look at the town, most of his projects are signs that can never be erased. He tried a lot for the community. He maintained peace and tranquility within the community. We really enjoy his leadership. And now as his secretary, throughout the last 5 years, I'm the immediate past Secretary General. First, I'm very happy that I serve the community under his leadership. He's a great man.
I want to thank the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords for the privilege to serve under the leadership of Dr. Femi Babalola. Going down the memory lane, this administration has achieved quite a lot, especially in terms of physical infrastructures, community development, coexistence, and relative peace. Without missing word, I score this administration very high. And the achievement of this administration will remain a watershed in the history of ILUPEJU EKITI.
The national president spoke about the journey so far, while attributing the successes recorded during his 8-year stewardship to the support he received from his fellow executive members and the entire community.
If there's any achievement at all, I will ascribe it to the support they all gave to me and to their commitment to the development of the town. So I had a good team. So when we talk of achievement, that achievement was made possible by God and by the tenacity and the commitment of my entire team, the team that I led as the president of IDA. And when we came in, we observed that we needed to focus on development. And the constitution we had, we reviewed it and we discovered that it was already deficient for the purpose of development, peace and unity of the town. And we needed to review it and upgrade it. So the first thing we did was to set up a committee to review the constitution. So we had a new constitution, and that constitution, it contains a lot of things that give focus and direction to the unity, to the peace, to the progress of this town. It's not really good to praise myself and my team, but we did, at least we were able to have a foundation for more development in the town.
The ILUPEJU, Oba David Awe Akingbade, apparently impressed by the sheer number of projects executed by IDA during Dr. Babalola's stewardship, stated emphatically that the association had done the community proud by all standards.
He so much love his community, and when we look at the community as large, he has performed a lot of pedagogical functions, fostering peace and unity in the community. When you look at the mineral market, he built not less than 150 local shops. Now look at the model of the palace. Dr. Femi Babalola renovated this palace to the core. I am using this medium to thank him for the love he had to this great community. God in his mercy will surely protect him, will surely be with him. Whatever he lays his hands upon, success will surely come out of it.
The people of the community unanimously commended Dr. Babalola for his display of outstanding leadership and visible contributions to the growth and development of ILUPEJU EKITI and the people.
Femi Babalola, during his tenure, he has made a remarkable impact on the town, along with his members of the executive. Wonderful development. Well, I think I can say this with every confidence because I've been president of the same association years before him. Despite the progress we had made cumulatively, Femi's addition of value to ILUPEJU EKITI and EKITI in general has been tremendous, very highly remarkable.
Well, succinctly is awesome, and it is a very great achievement, unparalleled and unprecedented in the history and honor of ILUPEJU Kingdom. He has taken ILUPEJU to a greater height and has raised the bar. With all the development that took place during his time, the mineral market, and even the upgrading of ILUPEJU EKITI to first-class Oba in Ekiti State is a very great achievement.
Femi Babalola is a leader, is a mentor, is somebody that will start and that will start give you responsibility, and they will stay by it. He will even start moving before you. So it's somebody that one is looking at, somebody one is praying for, because I know that this is just at the level of IDA. I know he's still going to be president of in higher levels.
It is ILUPEJU, EKITI, under Femi Babalola that really developed ILUPEJU. Look at the market, Oja Menera. Look at the library. Look at the hospital. Look at the police station. Look at the Akwejugu and many other things. He really did well. And is a Omata B, Totura Ebini, Omata Chef, Toshe Finyanga, ne Dr. Femi Babalola. And we are proud of him. And we pray for him constantly that God will continue to elevate him. And all the children shall be elevated in Jesus' name.
Dr. Femi Babalola, an apostle of peace. Dr. Femi Babalola, an addicted developer, a lover of every good thing in life. He is an umbrella that I so much refer to as God ordained. God ordained in the sense that he is a torch bearer. He goes for the best. He has a passion for the best. He's a community leader. He has done so well for this community.
Dr. Femi Babalola, wọ́n gbìyànjú, wọ́n ṣe gudugudu méje, wọ́n ṣe yàyà mẹ́fà, wọ́n try nígbà tí wọ́n wà ní IDA president. Wọ́n gbìyànjú ní ILUPEJU, wọ́n ṣe iṣẹ́ ọjà, wọ́n kọ́ àgọ́ ọlọ́pàá, wọ́n kọ́ court, wọ́n ṣe library, gbogbo nǹkan náà ti ẹ̀ ṣe, wọ́n túlé ọba ṣe, nǹkan mèremère tá a lè gbàgbé láéláé náà ṣe nígbà tó wà ní IDA president.
Nǹkan bí 20 years ago tí mo ti jẹ ìyálọ́jà, so mo rí i pé ọjà yìí ó kàn wà bákan, so ìgbà tá wá rí i pé àwọn IDA kìíní IDA kejì ó nípa táwọn náà kó, but rìjìmù Femi Babalola ó kó ipa takuntakun nínú ọjà yìí. Ọjà sì wà bákan náà níbẹ̀ tí ńgbà tó wá gba ìjọba lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó fi sílẹ̀, ó ṣe gudugudu méje, ó ṣe yàyà mẹ́fà, ìgbà àsìkò tiẹ̀ la kọ́ complex yẹn. Àdúrà ní gbogbo orí tó wá nájà yìí, àdúrà náà ṣe fún wọn. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àdúrà wọn á sì gbà lára lórí wọn àtọmọtọmọ. Wọn ò ní ṣe lásán, bọ́n lọ lọ́sàn bọ́n lọ lóru, wọn ò ní pàdé alágbàkò.
Nípa ọjà yìí tẹ́lẹ̀ bó ṣe wà ó worst. So àti ìgbà tí Femi Babalola tán wá débẹ̀ àti àwọn ìsọ̀gbé ẹ̀, àwọn ni wọ́n wá bá tún ọjà yìí tán wá bá tún ṣe. Ọlọ́run á tún ayé wọn ṣe. Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ dá ọmọ wọn náà sí.
Before the intervention of the IDA into the market is not beautiful as this. And today we can proud of it. Thank God, then we thank him.
At this material time, it is obvious that the major concern of IDA is about the next generation and moving the community to the next level where the various socio-economic activities that would enhance the state's gross domestic product, GDP, will be entrenched. There is no gainsaying the fact that ILUPEJU Development Association, IDA, is a leading light in Ekiti State and will remain so for a long time to come.